So we're gonna get started with our handy dandy side plank. I'm gonna show you some options. We're gonna go most easy to most difficult. So let's start on the elbow with the knees bent. Elbow is gonna be right under the standing shoulder. We want to have our shoulders, our hips, and our knees pressed flat towards the front. So it's almost as if we have a wall here, and we want these to be in line flat this way. Alrighty? So we'll start with the hand on the hip to begin. Our breath cycle goes big inhale, expand the belly and the rib cage front, side, and back. And on the exhale, press the shoulders towards the hips. Go ahead and engage this bottom oblique to lift the hip off the floor. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. All right, to take this up a notch, we can grab our 1 or 3 pound weights up into the air. We can also extend our top leg. We can extend both legs. Or the very most difficult thing that we can do is both leg extension with the palm on the floor, and we have a 3 pound weight up in the air. So this one is great because you don't actually get to rest here. The hip is obviously going to stay up and off the floor. So big inhale and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. Good. Now make sure that when you start to use any type of leg extension, we want the hips to stay stacked. So a lot of times this top hip would rock forward or backwards. Think if you're looking from a bird's eye view down at the motion that you're doing, top hip and bottom hip are staying right in line with each other this way. Alrighty? There's your side plank, have fun. So the next exercise that we'll get into is gonna be a nice, fun cross-lateral 2-motion movement. And cross-lateral just means that we have some sort of diagonal happening in the body. So in this case, we're going to be moving our right leg and our left arm together. And cross-lateral movements are really great because our muscles are being pulled towards the center of the body, which adds stability, and it's really, really good for core work. So I wanted to throw one of these in there for you guys. We're gonna start today by wrapping the TheraBand around the bottom of the right foot and then in the left hand. So I'm gonna put my hand behind my back so that you can see my belly movement, but you can put it wherever you like. All right, so the movement looks like this. Big inhale and exhale. We engage the core to lift the leg, and then we're also feeling our back, our tricep and our oblique on the left side. And you'll notice that there's a little gap in timing from when I start the exhale and when that right leg lifts. What I like to think about here is a circular motion with the breath, and I wanted to offer that to you all. So we take a nice big inhale. Think about the inhale starting at the top of the head. Then the exhale flows through the body, through the core, and then out through the bottom of the foot. Good. So it might look like this leg is coming up because I'm pulling the TheraBand back, but that's really not happening at all. In fact, you don't have to lift the leg very much to feel this in your lower abs. So that's the movement. Some things to make sure that you're not doing. You want to keep the shoulders both facing forward. The tendency is going to be that whichever hand is holding the TheraBand, that side of the body is going to want to twist forward. So use that nice strong back and those beautiful obliques to make sure that that chest stays flat to the front. And then lastly, we want to make sure that the shoulders are stacked right over the hips. We're not tucking under, and then we're also not pulling back from the work. You're nice and strong, keep those shoulders stacked, use that core to lift the leg, and make sure that you engage the left side of your body, and you'll be all set. I also wanted to be sure that I gave some offerings for amplifying bird dog. Bird dog is one of the most popular things that pregnant and postpartum folks do. So this is going to intensify things just a tad, and all we need to add on is our 1 or 3 pound weight. I probably wouldn't go higher than that. So we're gonna start out exactly the same as bird dog. We take a nice big inhale, And on the exhale, rather than taking the left hand straight out to the front, we're gonna take a tricep kickback. So again, we have a big inhale and exhale. Elbow goes up, back, up, down. And I'll flip around and show you the other way. We want to make sure that we're not locking out in the standing elbow, so we have a slightly bent hinge there. And we're keeping the hips nice and steady, super stable through the core. That's the hard part here. A variation on this, if you'd like to get more oblique and shoulder activated on that left side, we use our fly motion. So big inhale, and exhale. That arm goes straight out to the side and right back down. Good. Now, I love doing things on hands and knees when it comes to exercise to engage the core, because what we're thinking about there is our transverse abdominal muscles. And you've probably heard about these, but they are so super important for pregnant bodies. They start about here and they wrap all the way around to the back, almost to touch the spine. And they're also the deepest part of our core. So these are the muscles that are closest to the baby. They're gonna be hugging baby to hold them up. And then also the transverse abdominal muscles will keep your spine nice and upright anytime you're doing something where you have a different amount of weight on one side than the other. Alrighty, so enjoy these 3 moves and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.